from California is recognized for 5 minutes.
Well, now we know why we're here after a round of questioning. It's clear why we're here. We haven't heard one shred of evidence that any parents were unlawfully targeted by the Department of Justice, but we did hear a lot about Mar-a-Lago. And that's why we're here, because when the Republicans went into the majority, they formed the largest law firm in Washington, D.C., who would advocate on behalf of just one client, one very, very small man with a lot of grievances that they're going to carry out. We're living through today a corrupt bargain that'll have installment payments week after week to fight the grievances for that one small man, to harbor an international wanted criminal, to put a January 6th sympathizer on the Homeland Security Committee, to defund the troops by $75 billion, to make sure that that honest brokering journalist, Tucker Carlson, gets his hands, and only his hands, on the January 6th footage. And, as we just saw today, to attack the cops who protect our kids and volunteers at our schools. Again, we didn't hear any evidence of any parents being unlawfully targeted. We also didn't hear any condemnation of the 3 threats, of many threats that were put up there. I will condemn the violence that the gentlelady from Florida referenced. I'll condemn violence by Antifa, any threats made toward any judge, whether it's Judge Kavanaugh or any other judge. I'll condemn the violence that took place in Portland. My colleagues and I do that over and over, but there hasn't been one condemnation of the threats that were made to parents. And so if you don't condemn it, then you're condoning it. And if you're condoning it, it's going to fester, and more threats are going to be made to parents. And what they're asking is that you don't investigate that at all. That because these parents share their political beliefs that are making these threats, you shouldn't investigate them. That's what's being asked of you at this hearing today. I do want to ask, though, with regard to the redactions on those documents, Ms. Graham alluded to it, but am I right that anyone who is below what's called an SES level in federal government, which is a senior government employee, any employee's information, their name, contact information, et cetera, would be redacted just to protect those civil servant employees?
Yes. Personal information is redacted.
And I want to ask, Mr. Uriarte, you've referenced over and over that you're willing to meet with the staff. You're here, you've got your team here behind you. Ms. Graham's here, she's got her team behind you. I see the staff of the majority is here. Are you still willing to sit down with them and meet with them to be a little more specific? And when I say be more specific, in the definition section of what they sent over to you, the term document has about 20 lines that define document. And they're asking for documents of 118,000 employees. So are you willing to still work with them so that they can be more specific and then you can be more responsive and in a manner that suits the needs that they have? Mr. Uriarte?
Absolutely, we would welcome that.
Great.
Yes,
Ms. Graham?
absolutely, and look forward to having that opportunity on Tuesday.
Great. Thank you. And I yield back. Gentleman from